So this video is going to be a very quick run through of the Avalanche automation and engagement platform that will be used to engage and educate and continually communicate with prospects from the moment they are captured in the data capture campaigns all the way through to the time they leave the business. So what you're looking at right now is the initial dashboard. This is the dashboard that every single user will see. It includes key aspects of the system where they can see certain screenshots, which could be things like the contact levels, the different pipelines, the different tasks they've got set, the contract trend, how many it's grown, the different templates that they can use, automations, etc., etc. And this can be customized quite bespokely. It can be moved around. You can add certain things, take things away. Every single person in the organization will have their own user. So this is what, each user will have their own personal login, so we'll be able to track exactly what their activity is and see what they've been up to and see, and basically be able to hide things, add things, move things around based on who they are, what position they're in, what team they're in. And it just makes for a very efficient use of managing the company's data, making sure that everything is done properly. So the first thing that we would ever do when a prospect comes through the call to action is we would segment them into determinants of how we would market to them in the future. And I'll use Alessandro Rossio, he's one of our demos here. Basically, when a new client comes through, the first thing that we would do is segment them and add in all the different things that we would want to know about that prospect or client during their lifetime of being involved with the business, and you can really do anything you want here. For example, we have avalanches here where we have things like birthday, target market, invoice amount, search locations, company size, what they're about, what their message is, things like that. These things allow us to segment our clients and make sure that we know as much detail about them as possible. One, to maximize their experience and make sure that they are receiving the level of service that's necessary, and two, it gives us the ability to create outbound, very, very targeted outbound marketing campaigns based on certain key determinants here, such as their what package they're on, where they are in terms of location, what their business is, things like that. And these can be very easily added and take away. You can have different things like text, you can have different things like drop-down menus, multi-selection lists. You can do all sorts of stuff that enables you to build out a really, really clear profile for the prospect or client as they come through. Second thing we do on this profile is make sure that we understand what each of these different aspects are down the bottom. We have tasks, notes, and emails. Tasks means what we can do is actually set tasks based on this contact, which is very, very common in CRMs, but not to the level at which this one will enable you to do it, in the sense that it will enable you to do the date, time, duration, and then assign it to someone in the team, as you can see here, which just means that we can create tasks based on certain patients or certain prospects as they come through and make sure that each of them, again, are receiving the absolute maximum experience and level of service that's necessary. Contact notes are always a really good way to keep an eye on what's happening with the client or prospect as they go through the sales cycle. And another key amazing element of this program is the ability to then send emails directly to this prospect straight from here. Again, this is all very HIPAA compliant, and you will be able to send emails straight from the system, meaning, again, everything is logged, nothing is taken away, there's no separate applications or things being used that would cause difficulty down the line. So once we have a client profile, we then would start to create lists based on all the different things down here, and how we find those is we just go to lists in this left-hand corner. When we click on lists, we can see the different lists that we've set up here. These can be anything you want, again, but we've got things like who people will be affiliate, Australian clients, if they're an automation client, if they're an automation website lead, what package they're on, where they are, all sorts of stuff. And it enables us to then start segmenting people. And what we can then do with these lists, it could be occupation, or it could be age, or it could be it could be really anything you want, to as much detail as you want, is then send campaigns based on those things to these people. So if we wanted to run a campaign that was for men between 40 and 50 in a certain state, we could then do that because we'd segmented them into those lists, create a new campaign. It would be either a standard one or an automated one that would be sent out and be able to use lots and lots of different designs and things like that to make sure it's absolutely on point with the brand. So that's one way we would go through and be able to do outbound marketing, is by sending emails based on the lists. But another key element is automation, and what we can do to automate the client's experience and prospect's experience as they come through. One of the key things that we would always do when doing a call to action campaign is create a welcome automation. And how we do that is just we go to automations here on the left hand side and we can build them out based on certain things. And these can be complicated, they can be simple, they can be long, they can be short. One of the main things that we would do is when someone comes into the business, we would send them a welcome email that would be usually a booking form. It would be, please book your appointment to come and see us. In this case, it may be, as soon as they register interest using the call to action, they would be sent an email saying, please book onto your appointment or book an appointment with us. We would then be able to notify key people within the team. As you can see here, we notified Jacob, we notified Dom, just telling them that a below client has entered their notice period. So what that means is that, that system is then being managed, and we can then, basically make sure where it waits for 30 days that they're notified again. Wait for another 30 days and notified again, all in line with the time frame that's discussed here. And it can get as complicated or as simple as you want. Automations can be used to either create 12-month email campaigns where every single month the prospect receives an education piece that's already been pre-written, or it can be they're automated as per reminders every 90 days to get speak to their nurse, or it could be reminders on their birthday to make sure that they're a year older, they need to check how their health is doing. Again, super key automations that can be used to both save money and make money, either marketing ones or to save margin. So what we've just done there is we've entered a client into the system, we've created the client profile, we've segmented those product clients into the lists, we've done email campaigns based on those lists, and we've created email automations that welcome the client in. It looks absolutely seamless. Those people that don't buy are put into those sections, and you can really start to see how continuous engagement and building an awesome, exceptional, seamless experience for the client is possible. Now, as a few bonus tools, we have reporting down here, so key reporting that can be done based on campaigns, based on certain automations, based on how many contacts. We could do open/read trends, when's best to send an email, what time is best to send an email. We can do things like nearby, where we are, and it'll show us exactly the distance from certain different areas. We can do which applications people use, so we can see all the way down to if as we can see here, 50% of our contacts we've sent email campaigns to the last month have been all using Gmail. 6.25% of those of you have been using Apple. 3.13% have been using Outlook. So it just gives us more insight into what our clients are doing. We're able to see then top contacts. Now these are the contacts that open emails the most and see things and do things the most. So just gives us a bit more insight into how to reach out to those people and what we can do to make sure, again, that we're maximizing an opportunity to convert or to engage or to educate these people. And just go into as much detail as you need to. Again, more things such as deals here. Each user will be able to use deals, so they'll be able to build pipelines based on the customer's journey. So this could be your salespeople, this could be certain people within the business that need to do certain things, or it could be operational, such as client goes for first checkup, they get into treatment, they do this is next, and then certain things like communication, different emails, different things can be built based on these sections. So for example, if I move Stefan here to contract out, something would happen in the system that would let my team know that Stefan's been moved and he needs to get his contract sent out. So I understand that we haven't had too much time to go into too much detail, and I do, if you have any questions on this video, please either leave a comment or send us an email, and that can be seen in the link below. But this system has really been built to to absolutely cater for lead generation, conversion rate, your average dollar sale, your retention of clients, and your margins. And it's proven to increase all of those areas. Coupled with or tripled with a call to action campaign and advertising that sends people through, will make sure that the moment that your prospect ever is introduced to your brand, all the way through to the time that they leave your brand, that the experience is far more seamless and far more exceptional than it has been before, which both again increases revenue opportunity for you and saves money when it comes to margins. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the video.